Why does everybody think Mac Jones is so bad? Like, I can't, like, listening to talk radio, people call in and they're like, Mac Jones isn't the guy. He sucks. Get him out of here. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? So we're back. The Dan and Ninko Show, episode 54.
It's like a sad one, though.
50, yeah.
To get blown out.
It's like just play a sad song.
Yeah.
This is a violin.
Yeah, blown out.
Killed.
Yeah.
Killed. The only thing that made me feel better was the food that I was eating when we were doing our show.
That was the highlight.
Yes. What were those called? Empanadas.
Did you have any more of them?
Oh,
you bought a bunch.
I've had like 6. I'm going to be fat.
You have the kids try them?
Kids love them.
Yeah.
Air fryer. Air fryer.
From air fryer.
Boom.
You get a meal, and you're done.
Nice meal. Good meal.
Yeah, but if you watched, I rewatched a couple of parts of that game, and I saw a comment from Josh Allen. This is the thing, like we talked about Josh Allen, him making mistakes. The touchdown to Knox, the tight end. Did you see what he said about it? He was trying to throw the ball away.
Hey, sometimes a blind squirrel catches a nut every now and then.
I know, but like he makes those mistakes.
He was pretty damn good. He was perfect. He was literally perfect. Like, their offense was perfect. They had a perfect game.
He had like the one touchdown across the middle. Miles Bryant was on coverage, and it was like the Patrick Mahomes sort of like off look and throw here. But Miles Bryant actually had decent coverage. The ball was just perfect. But
that was embarrassing.
But how many times is that ball going to be perfect?
I am happy we didn't go to Buffalo because the ride back and all the heckling and the shit thrown at us, I would not have enjoyed that.
When they throw a dildo on the field when they're up by 30.
Yes. Device.
They can't help themselves.
So that was a tough one. That was a tough one to watch because I feel like something you never see.
What, they gave up?
Yeah. You quit.
Mac Jones didn't quit, though. The weird thing is the offense didn't quit.
Why does everybody think Mac Jones is so bad? Like, I can't, like, listening to talk radio, people call in and they're like, Mac Jones isn't the guy. He sucks. Get him out of here. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah.
Like, go get yourself a shittier quarterback and a terrible quarterback, and then you'll really know what a bad quarterback. Go bring in the guy last year. That wasn't good to watch. Like, aren't you happy that we have a young quarterback that's under a rookie contract that has some upside?
Who had crazy numbers for a rookie.
Great numbers.
Let me read you some numbers of a rookie that everybody talks about they want to have right now. 2,074 passing yards rookie season, 10 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 52% completion percentage.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, 67 ratings.
Yeah,
Josh Allen.
Yeah,
he
sucked.
Like
bad.
Yeah, it's a rookie.
So
and you know what happened with Josh Allen? When he got better, they got him Stephon Diggs.
They went and got some key pieces. So
it's like Scar said,
the Patriots have to win the draft. They have to. This is what they have to do in the offseason. They have to get a couple. They have to win in the draft. Number one, they can't miss any more draft picks. You can't have.
He killed it last year.
Well, I'm talking about,
Joejuan Williams and
Henry over DK or Brown or all these guys who are great receivers. That's a miss. That's a swing and a miss.
Could have had one of them, yeah.
Could have had one of them. So they need more team speed on defense. Like, they need faster. They need inside linebackers.
Yeah.
But here's the problem.
They need inside linebackers.
It's a balancing act of light and fast, big, strong, physical, taking on blockers, defeating blocks. Bill is not ever going to be a one-gap defense. Like, if he uttered the word spill or one gap, it would be like end of times, because that's his mentality, is playing a two-gap mentality defense, controlling your gap, but the problem is in 2022, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when I first came to the league, when I was, a tryout guy in 2009, they didn't have to teach me how to use my hands. They didn't have to teach me how to pass rush. They didn't have to teach me how to stop the run. I came in here and just had to learn the playbook and learn how to play the defense. If they had to actually teach me how to stop the run and how to pass rush,
Well, I think in college
they would have cut me because I was expendable at the time. I was a free agent with no contract, no money behind me. So if you draft a guy and then on top of having to teach him a complicated playbook, you have to actually teach him how to stop the run, how to use his hands, how to use leverage, how to two gap, how to do the peekaboo, it's ridiculous. And you have coaches that, you lose B-Flow, you lose Judge, you lose Brendan Daly, who was one of the best D-line coaches I've ever had. You lose B-Flow, you lose Josh Boyer. They've lost a ton of talent, just coaching talent, and you replace them with younger guys, but it's still a little bit different.
They have to learn too.
The younger guys have to learn, but then the younger guys, B-Flow was a starting inside linebacker at BC. He's played.
They got Mayo now.
I think he's gonna. I think Mayo will leave. I think Mayo, even if he doesn't get a head coaching job, I think that he might go to another place because.
I don't think we'll go to another place if he doesn't get a head coach. I think he gets a head coaching job and goes to another place.
It's got to be. It has to be a little bit frustrating to have played, been a Pro Bowler, and then, you're not gonna be the coordinator.
Nobody's the coordinator though.
Well, who's calling the plays?
Is Steve Belichick calling the plays?
Of course he is. He's got the headset on. He's got the book. I mean, he's doing the plays. It'd be.
Yeah.
So, are you gonna jump over Bill's son?
But
is Bill gonna do that?
But here's the thing, though:
there's blood there. It's a little bit different than if if it was me and you and we have no relation to the head coach and he picks you to be the DC.
Yeah.
And it just feels like every defense that I've ever been on. So I'll go back to, college, whether it be Brock Spack, in the NFL, it was. I've had Dean Pease. I've had, so I'm trying to think in Miami who Dom Capers. So I've had Dean Pease, Dom Capers, Bill Belichick as my defensive coordinators. In 2009, it was Greg Williams, the guy that got, which he was nuts and deserved to be. The Bounty Gate was.
That's true.
I wasn't there that season. I came here, but I would say in the preseason, like before in the off season, he was very much so take his knees out. If the guy's done, who cares? Who cares? So the common trend is you start in OTAs in minicamp. You have one person with the goals on defense. We're going to be better. It's either you're going to be better than last year, you're going to improve on certain things. But there is one guy standing at the room from the start to the end every single day. Installs, motivational. This is how we play. We're fast. We're aggressive. We get after the ball. And, for the Patriots, if it was Bill for a couple weeks, then Steve for a couple weeks, then Mayo for a couple weeks, that could start to kind of be like, well, what is exactly our mission here?
Yeah.
To be a great defense. Who are we listening to on a daily basis on, what are we doing? And football players are very much so, direction driven. Tell me what to do, tell me where to be, tell me what time to get there, and I'll do my best. But when you kind of have that like modge podge of different voices, it could be confusing. I could see how that could be a little confusing, and it's got to be frustrating for Mayo, or it's just if you think about it, I played 11 years. If I wanted to be a coach, it would be a little difficult to work under somebody that never played before.
But the only thing though is that your own job that you supposedly had, the linebackers coach. I mean, but was that some of the worst linebacker play that you've seen from a Patriots team ever?
Yes, but before I open this, Twin Barns Brewing Company, they send us a very nice gift package. Yep. This is a Pilsner, which is I love a Pilsner. It's since it's episode 54, this is 5.4% alcohol. How about that?
Wow, you hit it right on you hit it there, huh?
Yeah. Let's see.
You blend that out? It smells good.
pretty good.
That's pretty good.
It's very good.
Nice little Pilsner.
I'm a big fan of beer. I love it. So yeah, I just think that they have to figure a few things out with the coaching staff. I would, there's available coaches that have been here. Now, would they want to come back?
Like
if I'm Joe Judge and I'm making $15 million, I might want to just, go sit on a beach for a year, go enjoy my kids.
Yeah, but I think he's going to go back to coaching. But he might go to college though.
Ugh, gross.
That's where he came from.
Yeah, it sucks. You got to recruit. You got kids that are 17, 18, 19 years old telling you to.
But here, though, you're saying, get the coaches back or whatever. Do you think that Bill would demote Steve Belichick?
No. It's not demoting.
That's what I mean.
Would you demote your son?
Yeah, I would in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but I just don't. in a position, especially where.
I think Bill would. I think Bill would.
Optics.
I think Bill would.
But who is controlling the defense? Is it Bill making hey, is Bill on the headset no, check flex.
So
check flex.
The thing I'm worried about
flex. All right, call flex.
The thing I'm worried about is the person controlling the defense, and I don't think it's anybody with the last name Belichick, and I don't think it's Mayo.
I think it's Matty P?
Yep.
It's hard for Matty P to do that up in the box, way up. He's up there.
You're on the headset. You can. I mean, the thing that people don't understand though with that Bills game, it wasn't the defensive calling that lost them that game. It was the level of play of the players.
The effort.
Yes,
the effort was.
Yeah.
J.C. Jackson was.
He gave up after the first two drives.
He's looking to stay healthy so he can go into free agency and get paid.
Yeah.
So
they're gonna tag him though.
Maybe. You tag him for how much money?
$16 million.
Is he going to give you $16 million?
Yeah, but you have to look at it though as a 1-year deal.
It's a one. So between him and Smith, they'll have $32 million tied up in 2 players.
Yeah, but they how the cap works.
Yeah, but I'm
just
saying
phantom.
Is that going to make their team better by spending $32 million on 2 players, one of a tight end that only plays 5 snaps a game?
So you have a bunch of major holes. So you have to fill the major holes. So if you don't have a number 1 or number 2 corner, it's another major hole you have to fill. And how do you move all that around? And at $16 million, it's really not high for what corners are going to be getting. And JC's really there's not very good corners out there.
Will a guy like that accept a tag though?
I think he would. Yeah.
I don't think so.
For a guy that hasn't made any money?
If you have somebody telling you, listen, if you hold out, we're going to get you $60 million guaranteed.
But you have a guy that's probably made $3 million over his whole career, and he could earn 6 times that in one season.
They also have professionals that are on their side that are trying to get the 2% of 16 or 100, not 16. So
here, this is actually a good exercise. We'll look at the 19 players that are free agents. And we can decide if we got to sign them or let them walk. And
got it.
I think the most important one, not from the field of play right now, but just from the team aspect, is Devin McCourty. He's a free agent. He made $11.5 million last year.
That's a lot of money. Jesus, I'd have played too.
He's gonna play, I think.
It depends on how much. I mean, they're not going to give him $11 million. There's no way.
I wonder.
The Eagles before this contract. He almost was a Philadelphia Eagle. So
that always happens, though. Hightower's almost a Steeler.
This is like he's a 30-something-year-old safety. They're not going to give him.
Hightower signed with the Steelers that last free agency and then failed the physical.
Yeah, shoulder.
But will Devin want to play? Do you think he's frustrated with how the coaching carousel's been?
I think at this point right now, he's made so much money and he's won so many Super Bowls that he's in bonus time. It's gravy time. So,
yeah, but if you
how many bites of the apple that you have left?
If you gave him $5 or $6 million, first off, does he take it? And then is that a deal for the Patriots?
I think it depends on how he feels. If he doesn't need $5 or $6 million, you pay him. He's made $100 million or whatever, so he's got $50 million. If you make 5% in the market, you can't spend that. His kids are going to be super loaded.
Yeah.
So $5 million after taxes is $2.5 million is literally it's not changing his life.
Do you see a team giving him $8 to $10 million?
No, I don't. But it's up to him. Does he want to play football or not? If he wants to play football, he'll be able to play football.
So right now, does he play for a different team, play for the Patriots, or retire?
I think he plays for the Patriots if he wants to play.
I think that too.
So to move your family, to uproot, to go somewhere new, to learn a new system. You don't have any pull of being there for a long time, so you're a veteran. You're just an old guy that was good on another team, but nobody cares about that. You know, like John Lynch was really good. He came here, nobody cared. They're like, that guy's old.
Yeah, he was washed up.
Yeah.
Though.
So I also think that the system caters and helps him.
Yeah.
Like if he goes and
we go learn a whole new system
where they're
for
like, hey,
1 year.
go cover the number 1 tight end. He's gonna be like, I'm a deep safety. Like I like to play deep. Like we don't care. You're here to do what we tell you to do.
I think it's hard though to go to another team, with 1 year left, and you're not chasing like a ring or anything like that. So to go learn a whole new system,
it comes down to
move your kids.
It comes down to money. Like if I was making $5 million, I would have played another year. I was making 3, so $1.5 million doesn't do anything to change my life. I know that sounds crazy. I don't want to offend people, but
you're offending people.
It's there's when I was at the end of my career, I have people that you have in place to help you extend everything that you've made. The guy said, listen, you play 1 year at this, doesn't mean any different. You're going to be the same. You're going to live exactly the same. Now, if you go get your ass knocked out 3 times or you tear your Achilles, your ACL,
you're drooling on
that
yourself.
$1.5 million probably won't mean shit to you.
Yeah.
You're going to be pissed because you just got hurt and it's going to last you or be with you for a long time. So that was it. I mean, that's it. If I was making Michael Bennett money, $7 million to get cut halfway through the year, I would have played.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. So it made my decision way easier. Everything is risk and reward. If I hand you the keys to a race car, I say, listen, I want you to hit 205 miles an hour. You might die. You might hit this wall and die. I'll give you $10. You'll probably be like, no, I'm not doing it. But if I said, I'll give you $5 million, go around this track right now, you still might say, no, I have enough money, I'm good. But if you had no money, you might say, all right, well, what are my chances of getting hurt? Or you think about it.
No, it's calculation.
It's all calculations.
All right, the next one is Trent Brown.
I think he's going to be too expensive, but I'd love to see him back. He was a tone setter.
I don't know if he'll be too expensive because he does have the injury history and all that stuff.
If it's going to come down
he hasn't really played well on any other team except for the Patriots.
It's going to come down to does he I think when he came back here, he enjoyed the culture. Like, he embraced it. He said that he missed it. And I think that there's a bright future when it comes to Mac Jones.
Yeah.
So it'd be different if, he's in a spot where there's no quarterback, there's no direction. At least now he knows, okay, I have the quarterback that I'm going to be here to protect.
Well, according to everybody that's out there in the media right now, they don't have the quarterback.
People are stupid.
We'll get into that
So
next.
I think he'll be back, but it all depends on the number.
Yeah.
Like, if he wants to be the highest paid tackle in the league, well, he's going to have to go somewhere else.
I agree with you with that. Like, I hope to have him back, but you also can't overpay him.
Yes.
And he has to accept it.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Next up is Dante Hightower.
I think High retires.
I think he either retires or goes to the Titans.
He could.
For
a
1 year.
Team.
Yeah, 1 year, $4 million deal.
Yeah.
But
I could see that.
He was one of the problems in the defense.
I think he was just he took a year off. He had a kid.
He took a couple games off too.
Whoa.
Not COVID.
He was making a shit ton of money too. Why wouldn't you not come make $10 million?
$9.5 million.
It's a hell of a lot of money.
All right, next up, we talked about this already a little bit, but J.C. Jackson.
You tag him. You hope that it doesn't become a problem.
Yeah, I think he gets tagged. This is another good one here. Ted Karras.
Ted, good piece. Center, guards,
I think you have
swing
to
guy.
sign him.
You have to sign him, but you can't pay him more than your starting center. That's another bullshit thing. Why don't you pay David Andrews? Huh? Like, what's the problem with David Andrews?
$4 million a year or something?
Yeah. Like, okay, here's the problem I have with the Patriots sometimes. You have a guy that is the ultimate definition of what you want out of a player. Hard work, comes in as a free agent, does exactly what you want him to do, consistent, reliable, everything you want to everything you write down and say, this is what we want as a player. Perfect example. Let's lowball him. Let's give him $1 million signing bonus and guarantee $6 million over 4 years. Like, it's ridiculous.
He was a free agent, though.
He was a free agent,
Yeah.
And you know that his value to this team is greater than any other place. So he might not have the measurables, but he has the ability to help other kids, young people, young players look at and say, that's the way I should do it. That's how I should play. That's how I should prepare. That's how I should practice. So at some point, he's going to look at it and be like, well, why am I killing myself? To go let another kid get, somebody from another team come here and get paid? Like, they're going to go overpay somebody that played for a shitty team and give him $20 million a year?
You just gave Karras a 1-year, $3 million deal last year. So if you gave him a 1-year, $3 million deal, you're not good with that?
No, I would say he needs to average less than the starter.
Yeah.
So if David Andrews is averaging $5 million, Ted Karras, you can't pay
$3.5 million.
You can't pay your backup more than your starter. That's just
he was a starter though, Karras.
Yeah,
starting right. It was the right.
And I know it's all based on what's the free agent market, but there's also a market in your team. There's a count. There's people looking on the team. Like, you don't want to be like, okay, well, yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah. You got Matthew Slater is next.
Sign him if he wants to play. I mean, he's played, 14, 15 years?
He's not going to play anywhere else, so it's really going to be up to him, isn't it?
It's going to be up to, if he wants to play, he'll play.
Yeah, but Belichick will sign him. If he says, I want to play, $2.5 million bucks.
Yeah. Every year, $2 million.
James White.
That's a tough one. I mean, sign him if...
He ain't going to get a lot of money.
He's not going to get any money because he's older. He's a running back. I mean, I think he comes back. I think the Patriots...
Coming off a big injury.
Yeah, coming off a hip. So I'd love to see him back here.
Brandon Bolden.
Don't put it past Tom Brady to bring in James White.
If Tom Brady's playing.
If he is, yeah.
Brandon Bolden.
Bring him back.
Yeah. Brandon King.
Bring him back. Special teams.
Brian Hoyer.
No. I mean, you can bring him back if he wants to play, but $5 million from the hold a clipboard? I mean, I think you had him here for a year.
Yeah, you still have Stidham on a rookie.
I'm friends with Hoyer, so I'm not trying to be like.
Well, the thing is, you still have Stidham. You still have Stidham on a rookie deal, so I mean,
but
it's
I'm
a good
saying,
backup
like, are you going to commit $5 million to a guy that basically you kept him? You wanted a guy like that to be the, I guess, the helper in the room for a young rookie quarterback. I think Mac at this point, you're probably like, Mac's pretty damn advanced.
Yeah.
When you drafted him, you didn't know where he was going to be.
No, I agree with that.
He got the playbook. He's smart. He understands. I think that Hoyer at this point, he was your veteran.
That's what I mean.
In the room.
You would rather have Brian Hoyer. You'd rather let go of Brian Hoyer and re-sign like Karras with the money or Brandon King.
Like you could take $5 million bucks and split it between two players.
Yeah,
you
could
bring
get
back Slater and B. King.
Yeah,
or
like Slater and James White or something like that. Yeah. Nick Folk.
Bring him back.
I don't think he's going to come back right away. I think they're going to see if that kid Quinn Norden can kick, and then if he can't,
his limitation is just his leg strength. Like he doesn't.
Folk?
He's accurate.
Yeah, the Norden kid can boom the ball.
2 years ago we were like, oh no, don't let him kick, but he's been very.
He has no leg strength.
He doesn't have leg strength.
Jamie Collins.
He's gone.
Yeah,
he's making $9 million this year.
Harvey Lange.
I like Harvey. If I feel like he could be a free agent, like minimum deal guy.
Yeah, and then this is a restricted free agent, Jakob Johnson.
Jakob, he had a pretty decent amount of mistakes this year.
Yeah, I know.
A couple like block punts, holdings, on special teams and offense. I don't know.
I'd like to think you could upgrade at fullback somewhere, like either the draft or just in free agency.
Yeah, when I watch guys play, I feel like the old guy that's like, well, I can still do it. But I feel like, I could throw a helmet and shoulder pads on right now and flipper the shit out of him, and he wouldn't block me.
So you're saying don't bring him back?
Yeah, let him go.
I'm going to skip some of the ones that just kind of are.
Yeah, if they never play, they don't matter.
Jawan Bentley, restricted free agent. Oh, no, he's unrestricted, sorry.
Bentley, he's unrestricted, right?
Unrestricted.
So he's a free agent?
He's a free agent.
I think he'll go.
I hope they don't sign him.
He's just, he's an old school linebacker.
They just need.
He's like a Spikes.
The problem is though,
actually Spikes would knock you out. So
yeah, but the thing is, Spikes could stop the run. Like
that's what I'm saying.
You have these bigger middle linebackers.
You got to be a thumper.
Yeah, but they can't stop the run. So if you can't stop the run, you certainly can't stop the pass. So these middle linebackers. So I think you'd be better off just trying to find some guys. I think they're big on that Cameron McGrone kid from Michigan, the one that redshirted this year. Basically, he got drafted with a knee injury.
Yeah, they need to win in the draft. This is a huge draft year for them.
Yeah.
But the problem is, you can't expect a rookie to just. It's not like you're going to find Michael.
Well, you don't
Parsons.
have a high first round pick.
Yeah, it's late.
I think the first round pick.
You got to hope that your younger guys can play. Like they got to.
See, I don't think they're going to win.
Winovich is under contract, right, for another year.
One more year. Yeah.
Him and Uche need to just.
Uche had like 2 years.
Yeah, go to California and see one of the
do some workout videos,
health doctors or something like.
Do some workout videos.
Yeah, go do those.
I don't think the Patriots are going to have a first round pick this year. I think they're going to trade it
for a couple of seconds.
No, for Calvin Ridley.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I just want them to have.
Would you be okay with that?
I just want them to have a big.
Would you be able? Yeah. That'd be winning the draft, I think.
Yeah, it would.
If you got Calvin Ridley in the first round.
Yeah. I would say next year, I just want to see them have a badass number one receiver.
That's Calvin
whatever.
Ridley.
Yeah.
The next one is a restricted free agent, Jacoby Myers.
Got to bring him.
I think they're gonna give him like a second round tender, and that'll bring him back.
He's too reliable, too good. He's like I said, he's the motto: what you need, what you want. He's the blueprint guy. Don't let him go.
Yeah. And then the last one is Gunner.
He gets killed. Bring him back.
Yeah. He gets killed. Bring him back.
He gets absolutely destroyed. I bet you he gets a concussion every game.
Yeah, I don't think you should bring him back. I think you're better off allocating some of that money to something else.
But what are you going to pay him? I mean, you could probably pay him minimum. He's not going to make a big contract. He's not going to
$1.2 million, $1.3 million, but then like
I don't think he'll get that.
What if you lose like a Brandon King or something like that because you don't have that extra $1 million or $1.5 million?
I think Bill likes him, and I think they like the toughness, and he's a good returner. I mean, he's going to run north and south, and he's going to get killed, but he'll give it to you.
Yeah. And back to the Mac Jones thing, like everybody that's hating on Mac Jones now, which
I you know what it is? I think people just hate the fact that the Patriots didn't move up in the draft, didn't go anywhere in the draft, and they got a good quarterback.
Yeah.
So they want to see him fail. They want to see him suck. They want to have something to say. Like I really feel like even after this Buffalo game, that throw that was interception on the goal line there, that was a very nice ball.
Yeah. But the thing is,
at best, that ball is usually like deflected. Interception is like
it's not though, because if your number one receiver on that throw was AJ Brown or DK Metcalf, they're snatching that ball.
They get it, yeah.
You're not Aguilar falling down.
Yeah, and then
the ball get to you. That's the difference. And a guy like Mac Jones that can throw the ball on point, don't you want him to be throwing those jump balls? If you had a good receiver.
At what point do you say he doesn't have arm strength?
I don't understand.
That was like a 50-yard throw.
He can't throw the ball through the wall.
Are you talking about would you rather? I played with Ryan Mallett.
He could throw the ball.
He could throw the ball like 100 yards, 90 yards on a fly.
He could knock you out if he hit you with the ball.
Guess what? If you were running a 5-yard out route, he threw the same throw that he was throwing a 50-yard in cut.
Yeah.
Like it was a rifle. Like, boom, screen pass. And the guys are, whoa, shit, just bounce off your face mask. So you got to have touch. I mean, even Kyler Murray, great athlete, big baby.
Yeah.
It's like, sit on the sideline, just, getting pressured. He's a guy that's the fastest guy on the field. You're telling me to run around out of the pocket and then just panic and throw it and just use your legs. You're the fastest guy on the field. Are you nervous to getting hurt? Are you hurt? Are you not healthy? So, I look at all these quarterbacks. Everyone's so high on Kyler. He's the next best, biggest thing. He can't see over the line of scrimmage. He's 5'8".
Yeah.
I want a quarterback that can come to the line of scrimmage, that can dissect the defense, that can check the play to figure out
an accurate ball
and throw the ball accurately.
Yeah.
That's all I give a shit about. If you can't throw the ball accurately, and you can't figure out defenses, then I don't want you.
Well, the funny thing is that how they say that Matt can't throw the ball deep. I remember the same exact arguments that you said about Brady in the first part of Brady's career, that he didn't have arm strength, he couldn't throw the ball down the field, he couldn't do this, couldn't do that. Mac Jones throws a really nice deep ball. Like, I mean,
it's accurate,
yeah.
and it's a very nice ball.
How many deep balls have been like this to a receiver that dropped it this year? There's been tons of them.
Or just like one step. Where if they were a faster, like say they had a 10th faster 40 or they were a faster
they're
player,
on the ball.
They're just underneath it and it's a touchdown.
Well, he's used to, too, being at Alabama with the guys that fly, so he has to adjust to that. But then you see the Colin Cowherd thing that they're saying
come on,
that they should trade him for like Russell Wilson or something like that.
You're going to trade? You talk about bringing back pieces and having money.
Yeah.
You're not going to have any money.
You're going to go trade a kid that's making $1 million.
You'll be right
or
back
$2 million.
In a spot of when they said they couldn't keep Brady because they couldn't go out and get free agents because they didn't have the money.
Yeah.
So you're basically, if you paid Tom Brady $25 million, it would be less than what you're going to have to pay Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So that's all clickbait shit. Like,
they're
not going to trade. They're not going to trade.
They're
Mac
not
Jones
trade
because
Mac Jones.
they're looking at Josh Allen and they're afraid of what Josh Allen could do in the division.
Yeah, no.
Like, what are you talking about? It takes one sprained ankle or knee to take out one aspect of Josh Allen's dynamic ability. Yeah. Like if he can't run, that takes away one big factor that you have to worry about.
No, what if he lost Diggs?
Or there's so many factors that go into.
That's my thing with Mac Jones, right? Like you can't look at all the receivers he had and say if one guy went down, right, the whole season's over. You can with the Bills. If Diggs doesn't play, Allen's not the same quarterback.
I think they still have. I don't
think
Allen's
they have
ability to run is kind of like the X factor.
But you're not going to go deep into the playoffs, though.
Well, honestly, I was shocked to hear this because I was working yesterday and Hembo sent me, like he's my stat guy, he sent me an actual fact of the Chiefs have never in the history of their organization lost to the same team twice in Arrowhead.
That makes sense.
Ever. I said ever? Like what, in just, the last 5 years? You said ever. History. It's like, wow, that's crazy. So I think, I pick Kansas City to win.
I will too.
And all the Buffalo Bills fans.
How about the Skip Bayless
I remember
tweet?
my first beer too, guys.
Yeah. How about the Skip Bayless tweet? Mac Jones is about as close to Tom Brady as I am to Buffalo. I'm in Los Angeles.
Skip Bayless, go look at his Instagram page. Dude, you're 70. You got liver spots on your hands. Let it go.
Take your liver spotted hands off my mother.
Don't you? Dude, it's funny. Like if you take your liver spotted hands off my mother.
You write Dale and Brennan a check right now for $10,000.
If you look at his Instagram, it's like him with his like Jordan outfit on, like with his foot up on a box, like flexing, showing his like veins in his thin skin, old skin calves. It's like, dude, we get it. You run or walk and lift and probably are on testosterone. I 100%, I 1,000% guarantee he's on hormone replacement therapy. I'd put anything on it that he's on test, But yeah, look at his Instagram page. He poses.
Yeah.
I don't have a picture of myself. Like, who
all
takes
it is.
photos of yourself and posts? I know this is like modern times and everyone loves themselves, but like, I could never put my phone somewhere.
Every photo has 1 foot up.
1 foot up.
Look, it's every single one of them.
We get it. You talk for a living. You make decent money, but guess what? I know people with more money, like a lot more money. It's crazy.
Look, even Lil Wayne, he's got his feet up.
Foot up. He's cool. He wears diamonds and crust. He's got a pendant with his whatever, dude. You're cool. You're not gonna. In 20 years, where are you gonna be?
Yeah. I just want the stupidity talk about like Mac Jones isn't the guy or whatever. The kid's a rookie. Like I don't think he even 100% know.
Rookie.
Nobody
knows.
If you had to put money on it, I'd put money. He's a top 10 quarterback eventually. But he just had one season, and he played really well for the one season. I just don't understand the fact of after last year, and then you announce you're going to start a rookie quarterback, right? When you started the season, wouldn't the majority of people say it would be a victorious season if you made the playoffs?
Yes. after what you had with Cam,
But
and the way the team, okay. So the one thing I would agree with some people is they're like, oh well, the way that the NFL and the way that they're, changing the way that the NFL is changing to speed and offenses are spread out and you got running quarterbacks. You can be an outlier. You can be different. You can have bigger guys that are strong, and they were able to do that. The last Super Bowl that they won, they literally just shoved the ball down people's throats and beat them. They beat Kansas City in Kansas City with basically beating them over the head running the football, and their defense was fundamentally sound, and they know how to play blocks. So you can win exactly the way the Patriots have won with Mac Jones. The blueprint, it's there. All these teams are so undisciplined. You're telling me that the Cowboys, with 14 penalties and all the clock management issues, and you look at all these teams that were blown out, like there's fundamentally the game has declined. And the way that the game is played, you look at all these colleges, they don't even call their own plays. They all look to the sideline for the play.
Yeah, it's like a board that's going up.
They look to the sideline. They don't even know how to check a play.
Yeah.
So if you can get a nice balance, if you can find a quarterback, that's the biggest thing. Quarterback is everything. They found the quarterback. Now, everyone that's like, oh, this isn't the guy. You're comparing him to who? Tom Brady?
Yeah, that's the problem.
You're going to compare him to a guy that has 7 Super Bowls?
Compare him to Brady's first season, and Brady wasn't even a rookie then. If you just compare the two seasons.
I feel bad for Mac Jones.
Yeah, no,
you can't even freaking turn the radio on or flip your phone on without people saying you suck after having
one of the best rookie seasons.
One of the best rookie seasons as a quarterback.
It could be the best.
And no off season, no downtime, no time to recharge the batteries. Just college, off season, combine prep, combine, drafted, rookie mini camp, new place, adapting to a new environment, new coaches, new players. I think he's been damn good.
I think he hit a bit of a rookie wall.
Well, of course, everybody. Me and Chandler Jones used to laugh. We'd look at each other, rookie wall? Who's hitting the rookie wall this year?
But it's a lot, though.
It is a lot.
I mean,
and it's the hardest position.
That's what I mean, especially for a quarterback, right? Because he was up all summer, probably until midnight, studying the playbook, learning it to try to win that competition. He gave it everything he had in the preseason to win that competition.
You don't think that OTAs and training camp this year will be a little bit easier for Mac Jones?
That's what I mean. But
now he can focus on
he's focusing on making himself better in the system as opposed to learning the system and trying to beat the guy in the system. Exactly. Now he is the guy. He knows he's the guy. It's a different approach now.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a monster season this upcoming season. I really do. Especially if they got him one more weapon. If he gets it doesn't have to be like a perfect number one receiver, right? Just a good or an average number one wide receiver. It's a whole different game.
Yeah,
ball game.
It's annoying. In the world we live in, I wish.
Well, it's like the fire Belichick thing.
It's so funny if we could just smack the shit out of people who are stupid, and not get sued over
So you had a little bit of I guess it's considered controversial comments.
No, but I don't think it's controversial.
I don't think it was controversial either. I'm just saying it just makes everybody makes a big deal about it.
If you read it, I even posted will you listen to what I said instead of reading a quote? So they asked me, would you be shocked if Tom Brady walked away and retired? I said, no. He's 44 years old.
Nobody should be shocked.
Why would you be like, no, he will not retire?
It's not like Andrew Luck retiring at 33 or whatever he was.
He's 44. He'll be 45 years old. He just threw for 5,000 yards. He threw for a shit ton of touchdowns. He just won a Super Bowl the year before. He had 6 Super Bowls when he left New England. He's already made a shit ton of money.
Yeah, it's not for the money.
He's built up TB12 because he wanted to build up TB12.
Brady brand, $100 hoodies.
Brady brand, $75 T-shirts. I don't know. They ain't sending me, and I ain't buying one. So, Brady T-shirts that are $85. Made in America. He's got his brand. They're now in Nordstrom's. Local. I wonder if they're in local Nordstrom's. I'd be curious.
Oh, the Brady brand thing?
Yeah,
I guarantee they are.
Certain Nordstrom's.
Oh, selected.
So he does TB12. He leaves the Patriots, goes to a new team, wins the Super Bowl. in a weird, funky year.
He's got nothing else.
He's got what? Yeah. What else does he have to do besides? So everybody that is like, Ninkovich, you're an idiot. You want to see a like kind of half-assed farewell, shitty, mediocre Roethlisberger farewell tour? Like,
yeah.
Do you want to see him like look like shit? I personally think that people just want to see him get hurt. Like all the people that are like, no, he's gonna play forever. You just want to see the crash. You want to see the crash. People want to see the crash. Well, you don't turn. Sorry, I'm cutting you off.
No,
you don't watch the Indy 500 and hope that every single car finishes the race. You watch. You're like, man, I hope nobody gets hurt, but I want to see a good ass crash. People want to see the demise because everybody will jump on it. We knew it was coming. We knew it. You know, your Max Kellermans of the world, the cliff. He's gonna fall off a cliff. All those people, the liver spotted people, like they want to talk about it because they've been waiting 20, 10, 15 years to say it's finally over. Yeah. And now we know. So if I was like for myself, I retired because it's risk reward. You know, Tom, yes, he's going to make $25 million every single year. So it's worth it. Go play for. But
it's not for the money, though.
It's not for the money.
No,
he's got it.
He got more.
He has more money.
He would make more than that.
Yes,
actually, like doing his brand stuff and all that for the whole season, as opposed to playing football. He'd probably make $25 million more than he makes now.
He could go work for CBS or Fox and make $20 million a year.
Yeah,
15. Like Drew Brees just signed 14.
They would kick Romo. They would kick
Romo's making more now than he did as a player. So it's basically up to Tom. If Tom wants to retire, he'll retire. If he wants to keep playing, he'll keep playing. But would I be shocked either way? In my statement, and what I said was, if he retired after this season, it wouldn't surprise me. And if he played till he was 50, it wouldn't surprise me.
I read the headline. It said Ninko says that Brady's going to retire.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
but the thing is, like, do you really want to see Tom Brady like Peyton Manning was? Remember Peyton Manning's last year? He couldn't complete a pass 5 yards away.
He won a Super Bowl and retired. Why? Because they had a great defense.
Yeah.
They handed the ball off. Like, it was a perfect ending.
Yeah.
There's only 3 ways to go out in the NFL. I've said this before. It's injured, it's your way, or it's their way.
Yeah.
And the majority, I'd say 90% of guys, 95, I'll even go higher, either are injured and never get back and never get re-signed, or they get cut by the team and they never get signed again.
Yeah. I agree with that.
There's a rarity
that you can walk out on your own
walking
terms while somebody still wants you.
While somebody would still offer you a contract, or somebody would say, we still would like your services. So to retire, everybody, what we see as a society, we all remember the last thing you see, the last performance, the last year. So if you go out and you look just old and slow, and
he looks kind of old now.
Terrible. Well,
not on the field.
Just just he looks facially. I mean, he's gray now, but it's your performance.
Yeah.
I would even say like my 11th year, I was not great. I was older. I was 32 years old. In my 11th year, I had a lot of wear and tear on me. Like if I came back for my 12th year and I looked shitty, like people would probably be like, yo, instead of people texting me and saying, Ninko, come out of retirement, they would have been like, you did great for us, but enjoy retirement.
Somebody's coming up.
Yeah.
Pat you on the back.
Yeah, thank you for your service, but you're old, man. You suck. So if Tom retires, the best to ever do it. If Tom keeps playing, best to ever do
Brady,
it. It's up to him.
They should get rid of the rule you have to wait so many years to go in the Hall of Fame. You should go in like basically the minute after you retire.
Speech should be
the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, immediately. But the other thing too is, if you're Tom Brady, do you want to play for that lunatic Bruce Arians anymore after he's slapping players on the side?
That was like a little love tap, but he has
he's
a torn
senile.
Achilles. He has a torn Achilles.
He's senile.
He's just getting older too. So like at a certain point, the Bucks, they have a lot of talent.
They're screwed.
But if they lose Leftwich and they lose like some key pieces of coaching,
Leftwich isn't good.
Well, he's decent. He's probably a good
Winston
working.
threw like 40 interceptions under Leftwich.
Yeah, but I'm saying like with Tom, to have a guy that played quarterback that
OC is Tom Brady.
I know, but it helps to have somebody to bounce something off. Like, hey, what do you think of this one? Yeah, I like it, but you got to watch out for this.
But you think Byron
Leftwich
Leftwich will be a good head coach?
Maybe. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I don't know.
chance.
I don't know.
I think he's going to like Jacksonville or something like
That
that.
would be it. Well, you played there, so.
Yeah, that's the big thing. No, but I mean, I think you're right with Brady. I think that there's a good shot he retires.
Think about
that
like,
Wickersham guy has something in that camp.
Think about
like somebody that's telling him shit.
Think about what we have seen in the last 2 years. We have seen Tom kind of like come out of his shell, open up, the man in the arena document, like he's like documenting his whole time with New England. That's kind of like you're just like airing it all out there. Like just get it out there in the open.
He's ending it. He's closing the book on it.
With his stamp. He knows. And when you watch we've been watching clips of them play the Rams. Like he got jacked up a couple of times in that game. He's going to go up against a Rams football team that's looking to take his freaking head off.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to get him. And
you don't have any weapons this time.
It's all fun and gravy when you can drop back and throw the ball and not get hit. But when you're in those games, like there was a moment when we played in Denver for the AFC Championship game. Tom didn't leave for 2 weeks after that game because he was so beat up. They killed him in that game. Like we had, I think Sebastian or Nate went down, so we had to bring in our backup tackle. I think that was the game when Von Miller just beat the guy off the snap, and Tom was looking left and like literally just.
And he just fumbled.
Like the first thing that hit the ground was Tom's back of his head and like his shoulder blades, crushed him.
Yeah,
like in that game, he got he literally had to like stay here and recover and like go back to Alex and really get himself back right.
Got to do a lot of the
before he went on any trips. Like usually the season's over, boom, I'm out of here. He had to like rehab and recover after that game because he was hit so much.
Yeah,
those are games where you're like, damn, do I really want to do this shit?
Well, when he did Man in the Arena, it was only supposed to be like whatever, it was the 9 episodes or whatever. It was only the Patriots stuff, and then at the end, right before it came out, he added the Buccaneer stuff.
Yeah.
So it is like he was closing the book this year.
And then like even the clips of him saying, Bill was like the perfect coach for me.
Yeah.
And there is probably like a love hate and like problems.
Each other for like 20 years.
Dude, I want to kill Paige sometimes. I'm sorry, but like, it's just when you're with somebody a long time, there's moments where you are pissed off and you have fights and you have disagreements. But then you look at the body of work and you look at the past and you're like, oh, well, I'm very appreciative. Like, very appreciative. Paige the other day, she like took a knife. She's like, oh, I just want to stab you. I'm like, go for it, baby. Come on.
Jesus.
Kidding.
But you don't think that like Belichick would be the person to give the speech to induct Brady in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it happening, can't you?
Yeah, but they wouldn't, but because it's like protocol.
So who would then?
Oh, you're talking about like his induction stuff?
At his induction.
His dad.
I think it might be Bill.
Or Mr. Kraft.
I still think it might be Bill.
Kisses Mr. Kraft.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Like imagine like
that old man.
Like, I've never kissed another man. Like except for my dad. Like he kisses me on the cheek and stuff, but to kiss another man? I've never done that. It's like I kiss like my dad, Captain Insano. He loves me.
You don't think it'll be Belichick to do the induction speech?
No, I don't. I think it'll be. Well, I mean, in 5 years, we don't know who the hell's going to be around. It's a long time away.
I can't believe they're going to make him wait. It's the dumbest thing ever.
I'm just saying, in 5 years, I'm not guaranteed to be here in 5 years.
Yeah.
Is
he going to invite you to the?
Do they invite people? I'll be there. I'm just like, Tom, it's me. Hey, I got the jacket. You remember the red Canada Goose? Yeah, it's 12 years old. Still looking good.
It's the summer here, but I still have it on.
Got your T-shirt on. Get your watch. Yes. Bro, can I get down by you? No.
Who the hell is
okay,
that?
I'm good here. I like it up here with the fans. I'm Rob Ninkovich. No, you don't remember me? All right.
How sad would you be if that happened?
That'd be pretty upsetting. upsetting.
So I think it's maybe time to go into picks for this week.
Yeah.
You gonna flip flop at all?
I don't know. I can't remember my picks.
All right, so we get the first game will be the Bengals at the Titans. Titans favored by 3.5.
I picked the Titans.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Titans on that one.
Yeah.
I think Vrabel will have it.
Well, I think that they have some key injuries with the Bengals. Like
I just
their
don't think
interior linemen.
Yeah, the Bengals aren't gonna be able to stop their run.
It's gonna be really tough.
49ers at the Packers. Packers favored by 6. I
Packers.
will also go Packers. And I'll take the spread on that too.
Mm.
Rams Buccaneers. Tampa's favored by 3.
I'm going Rams on this one.
I thought this is where I thought I was gonna have a pick over you. I'm gonna go Rams too.
No, they lost their tackle. Jensen has an ankle, so you have 2 of your offensive linemen that are wounded. One guy's not going to be there.
You're
the
missing
backup. They just gave up 5 sacks to the Eagles.
You're missing 3 major people on offense for the Bucs.
If you're Aaron Donald and you're freaking Von Miller, you're freaking you're like a lion and getting ready to attack a freaking gazelle. You're like licking your chops.
Yeah, no. So Brady's last game, yes or no?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Ninkovich headline right now. Ninkovich changes.
It
says Brady will play forever.
Brady, if Brady retires, it wouldn't surprise me if Brady plays. It's the same feeling.
I think he's gonna retire.
I think he'll do. I think if he gets his ass killed, like if literally they give up like 5 sacks and he's been hit like 10 times, he might say, "Fuck this, I'm done."
Yeah. All right, and then the last game is Bills at the Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 2. I'm going to go Chiefs on this one.
We have all the same picks this week. I'm not going Bills. There's something about the Bills Mafia. Like, come on, like have some pride. Act like you've been here before, which
they didn't
you
even sell
have.
out the stadium. They didn't even sell the tickets.
I know. But I'm saying like just the reaction to everything.
But how are you the best fan base in the world if you can't sell your stadium for a playoff game?
They were Bills Mafia people. They were like on my thing. I said, go watch your 30 for 30 on the freaking
0 for 4.
0 for 4, like 4 falls of Buffalo. Go cry on that one. Like they're just so fucking assholes.
You should have just told them you cry this way and put your Super Bowl rings on.
I want to fight. If people want to go, like just like come on, we'll have a Dan O'Brien discount sale here. If you want to come, if you've had anything negative to say to me, come here. And let's just say it to my face.
You don't like the comments, huh?
I will smack the shit out of somebody.
Those people are probably like 5 years old, too.
I don't give a shit. Then I'll smack their father. Say, where's your dad? I'm going to beat your dad's
Bam.
ass. Yeah. Teach him a little respect, Dad. Or else he's going to get his ass kicked at some point. Doesn't matter if it's me or somebody else. Somebody's going to kick his ass.
You'll just
I
do
got
it
my
for him?
boys throwing hands right now. My boys are 5-2.
What, throwing hands at you?
No, throwing hands in general. And they know how to throw a punch, and they're gonna if anyone talks shit to them, or if they have a problem, they can take care of it. That's what Captain Insano taught me. Cheers.
Today's the 20th anniversary of the Vinatieri kick in the Snow Bowl. The Snow Bowl game. Tuck rule game.
Snow Bowl? No, I thought that was yesterday.
I think it's today. Either today or yesterday.
Oh, God, that ending was weird. Yeah, I was in for that game, for the Tuck rule game, I was in Aberdeen, South Dakota.
It's a nice place, huh?
Look up Northern State University in Aberdeen, South Dakota. Look at the population.
What is it, Northern?
Northern State University, Aberdeen, South Dakota. They're the Wolves. They might not even have a football program anymore. They might not even have school.
You could have put them on the map if you went there.
No, I would have had 10 kids and been hunting pheasant.
They got a nice football field.
It is nice. They recruited me.
That's the only thing they have.
That's all they got. When out of high school, I didn't have any really good looks, so I had one person recruiting me to Aberdeen, South Dakota. So I took an official visit there. I was at a house party in Aberdeen, South Dakota. It was like -10. We were in this house.
There's 28,000 people in Aberdeen.
Yeah, it's a big,
bustling
big time
metropolis.
city. But in a house party, they had the jungle juice going, like the big cooler thing full of like Everclear.
You just put everything
and,
in
fruit.
there. Yeah, it's everything.
And I remember watching the game like on a small ass TV, like one of the ones with like the buttons on the side, like the tick, 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 tick. surprised it still freaking worked. It was like shitty. It wasn't black and white. It was just shitty screen. And I just remember that game. I was in like a recruiting house party, which the second I got there, I said, I'm not coming here. I'm going to stay home. So I stayed home.
So where'd you end up going?
Joliet Junior
That's
College.
Right, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, junior college.
And then to the Purdue.
Then the Boilermakers.
See, look, it's the number one thing on ESPN right now is why it wouldn't surprise Rob Ninkovich if Tom Brady retires this offseason.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Well, it's not. At least that says it wouldn't surprise. Like it's not like Rob Ninkovich says Tom will retire.
That was a couple of them.
Yeah, but that's all clickbait. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Like who would be surprised if a 44-year-old quarterback decided to retire?
Yeah, no. It's like shocking.
It's
right?
like, oh my god, the oldest guy we've ever seen do anything at this level
is finally going to hang it
is going to retire. Like
he surprised everybody.
He's got $300 million. He's freaking got more money than anybody could ever imagine. He's got houses in Costa Rica, California, Florida. He's got a boat that's just ridiculous, probably like a $12 million boat. He's got Aston Martin cars like just handed to him. He's got everything.
How come he give you an Aston Martin?
I asked for one.
You did?
Well, no, I didn't.
You probably
give me an
did.
Aston Martin. They actually have an Aston Martin Tom Brady
it's
edition.
Tom Brady edition.
Yeah. I wonder if you've never heard or seen them though. There are only 12 of them made, right?
It doesn't. It's not like it has anything to do with much with Tom Brady or anything.
But I'm saying are they collectible? Because I think it was a 1-year only thing.
Yeah, I think it was just 1 year.
Yeah,
I don't think they're very collectible. It wasn't like anything like special in it. Like it didn't have.
It was just the same car with.
Basically, I think they had like floor mats that had like 12 on it or something like
Yeah.
that. Like nothing over the top.
So and then to top it all off, which I can't stand when people say, "Well, his wife is makes more money than him." It doesn't matter. Who cares what the other side? Which I wish my wife.
You make $300 million. I make $275 million.
It doesn't. But I'm saying for people to argue the fact that, or even I think there was arguments on, he should take less because his wife makes more. And I wanted to say it was literally one of the ESPN people were like, why should he even care? I'm like, well, if your significant other made more than you, but you are working for a contract for this
let people go punch you in the face
for this exact company, why would you take less because your husband makes more?
Yeah,
your wife makes more.
Ever.
You should make what you feel you're worth, your value, what you're working for. There's a given rate, you should make it.
Yeah.
So to argue his wife has made more money than him, he should not care. It's like that doesn't make sense. There's people that if you have two doctors that are, dual income household, one doctor shouldn't be like, well, I'll take less this time because my significant other makes decent. No, what do I make? What do they make? It's
two separate things.
It's two separate things.
Well, on Tom Brady thing, you see what Rex Ryan said about Joe Burrow?
He's the next Tom Brady.
He's the next Tom Brady.
I've been calling him Elton Joe.
Why? Oh, because
the glasses. Elton Joe. That sounds great. Yeah. Elton Joe.
I mean, he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's going to be.
I like him. I like him a lot. I like his demeanor.
He's a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, he's good. He's freaking real good. They need
to
protect
he
his
does
ass,
need he does need some big time receivers and stuff like that.
Barn burner. Let's see. Ooh, this one smells terrific.
Yeah, it's got like pineapple.
Tropical notes of pineapple, mango, citrus, and dingleberry? No, gooseberry. Gooseberry. What the hell is a gooseberry?
Oh, so the dingleberry's what got you?
You know what a dingleberry is?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I said it.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. Hold on. I got to recoup.
It's actually good. It's different.
I like it. Robbie Likey.
The dingleberries.
Tommy Likey.
But, back to all these idiots.
Oh, my God.
Why don't you get onto like like the Sports Hub and like the Maseratis and stuff like that?
I text
Why don't you get on the show?
Because I want to
call
punch
them
him
idiots.
in the face. I want to punch him in the face.
You should just call them idiots.
Oh, well, the Felger and Maz show, I have, they've called me a bum. Like they've had plenty of times of saying Ninkovich sucks, like all that stuff. So I don't deal with them.
Have you ever been on the show?
Mm-mm. I refuse. I will not. I listened to it, and I like Zoe, Bertrand and Zolak. I listen to 98.5. I listen in the mornings. I listen, was it 93.7? Is that the station? That's Greg. That's the Hillman morning show.
Yeah.
I'll go on Hillman and Wiggy's show.
I know you went on and said you were going to go to Buffalo and all that.
Yeah, and then my wife changed my mind.
Oh, this is the thing I want to go over with you. How shocked are you at this? The Jets, Braxton Berrios said the Jets have a play in their playbook, and I think it's from Gase's time, and the play is called cocaine.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty fitting.
Cocaine. I wonder if that's like I'd love to see the play.
Yeah. Gase probably drew it up on cocaine during the press conference.
Sniff it and go. It's a sniff and go.
Yeah. Now, there's another thing on multiple teammates believe Brady could retire this season.
Someone said that. Someone else.
I'm trying to look it up right now. It's you.
Wow.
Hold on.
Ninko.
Christian Fourier.
Oh. Christian. Not like teammates that he plays with.
No.
Former.
Ex-teammates.
Yeah. But I'm not saying he's going to retire. I'm saying that it wouldn't surprise me if he retires. Those are two different things. Isn't that like, it wouldn't surprise me if something if you were expecting something and it happens. It's not surprising. It's I thought that could.
You're not saying it's going to happen.
Yeah, no.
You're just saying that
stated it.
Yeah.
We stated that in the show. We said we are not saying that Tom Brady is retiring, nor are we saying
I'm not reporting
this. We are just saying that if he did decide to retire, I wouldn't be shocked.
But I just don't understand how anybody in the world.
Me neither. If you're like, people,
surprised.
If I
if all of a sudden it was breaking news after the game,
I keep looking at it.
If it was breaking news after the game, Tom Brady is announcing his retirement. Like, are people just going to gasp then?
I don't know.
Like, what? I didn't see that coming.
I'm having a really hard. If we could go back in time, I would make sure that the cell phone was never made. The cell phone has destroyed the cell phone in general has literally killed our society. People don't know how to speak to each other. People don't have, they're tough guys behind the phone. Kids want to look at tablets and screens all day. It has changed. It's so crazy to think about the history of mankind, right? The how long this planet has been here. And in the last 20 years, how much it's changed in 100 years. So how long has the earth been here? Long ass time. In 100 years, we have fucked it up a lot.
Yeah, but what if we're in a post-apocalyptic world?
Like The Colony? I started to watch The Colony last night.
No, it's so if you look at like the pyramids and stuff like that, and Mesopotamia and like a lot of stuff in India, like where they built all these monuments that are still up today, and nobody really knows how they were built. What if that stuff was built by a society that was higher technologically advanced than we are?
I don't think that would.
And something happened, like the Ice Ages, that threw everybody into the.
Well, wouldn't you like see indoor plumbing and electric? Like, the pyramids would have light switches, and they would
had
have
stuff though. They had like different things.
They also,
what if they didn't need to? What if they had like lightsabers and stuff like that lit up the stuff? There would be a switch.
Would find it. It would.
What if you had it on you?
Yeah, but everything would be.
I got a light switch.
Everything. Yeah.
You got it on your hat.
But you would find something. You would have evidence of it somewhere. You would find it. Like right now, for example. If I threw this plastic bottle in a freaking heap of shit in 1,000 years, you'd be like, "Oh, look, fucking Dan O'Brien Auto Group. That's cool."
What if
this
they were
old,
what if they had advanced stuff
Plastic.
that they saved the earth?
If
they had electric cars before
here's
us.
The thing. This is another Ninko statement that I think should be heard. If you really care about the earth and you really want to change some shit, fucking banish plastic. Go all glass. That's like sand. Literally glass will disintegrate, and you could throw a glass bottle in the ocean. Guess what? It's not going to kill the fish. We have so much plastic produced. Forks. Every little thing plastic. You know what bothers me? I go to freaking Dunkin' Donuts. They put that little freaking plastic thing in the top. Who gives a shit if it spills a little bit in your cup holder? Those little plastic things, those little things, where do they go? Where do they go? Some freaking big bass is eating that thing. Some freaking fish is ingesting that little fucking plastic thing. Stupid.
Wow. So you don't like plastic either?
Do some glass.
You don't like plastic either? Oh.
Oh, God. I hate whiskey. I hate Irish whiskey.
Well, it's not really like Irish whiskey. It's like just
it's like fuel.
crap. Well, nobody understands the ripple effect. Like of what, like every decision has a ripple in it.
Everything is based on money. And all these big companies, they want to continue to make a shit ton of money. A shit ton. I'm talking like not just, oh, yeah, we're making a good living. It's like we're making billions of dollars because this is what makes us the money. And we keep rolling, and it doesn't matter who's in office. It doesn't matter the government, who's doing it. We're going to continue to make a shit ton of money. Mm-hmm. It's the way it is. The whole electric vehicle thing, look, I want my children to live in a great place with great air and clean air. And I love trees, and I love it all. But there's so many, I know we're going on a tangent here, off tangent. There's so many questions about electric stuff, electric vehicles, that nobody's asking. They're just like, oh, yeah, there's no emissions. But there's so many other things that cause problems that are a big issue. Like, where's the power come from? How long does the battery last? Where does all the freaking lithium come from? Are they clear-cutting woods and cutting down trees and destroying other things to mine lithium? Yes. Do we talk about it? No.
No. Because
why? Because it's all about the investment and the money and the perception.
No. It's the agenda of people.
The agenda.
That's what it is.
All the agenda.
Like, we want a clean environment. So the clean environment is this. It doesn't matter how we get to this.
Yes.
But we just want to be here.
But it doesn't. There's not even a clear-cut answer to, will that create a cleaner environment? It might create a worse, shitty environment. It might create more pollution. It might create more problems.
But it's not this, though. Like, that's the thing is, like, they don't care. That's why the ripple effect is the big thing. Like, they don't care how you get to here or what comes out of getting to here. They just want to get to here. And they have everybody look just at this thing, but they don't. It's not like, it's like an iceberg, right? Like, people see the iceberg above the water, and oh, that looks big. They don't realize it's 10 times bigger down below.
Yeah, ask freaking Titanic.
Well, it's like stimulus relief checks, like for COVID.
Where did those go? In your gas tank, idiots.
No. You know what else it went to? It went. One of them went to the Boston Marathon bomber. He got a $1,400 COVID relief payment check.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a lot of things that bother me.
And then, he has all criminal restitution to like families and all that, like for hundreds of thousands of dollars. That was part of his conviction. And
yeah, me and you are paying.
He sent that money back home.
Yeah. To somebody. Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of to the victims' families or anything, because he was entitled to get that check. He actually got almost $4,000 worth of stimulus payments and all that.
Do we not have common sense? Are we a society of just no sense? We're complete morons? We are just idiots, and we just follow.
It's not fair.
We go to the beat of whoever's drumming, and we're just like, yep, that's how we're gonna do it. Yep,
it's participation trophies.
It's so freaking stupid. Like, I understand the whole global warming thing. Like, I get it, but it's not just, I was like New York. They banned natural gas or any type of heating source. It has to be electric.
Yeah,
now.
Anything new started. I think it starts like 2025 or something.
Anything new that you build has to be electric heating. You're telling me that a big ass building is like, where are you going to get all the power? How is your system going to handle the load?
Well, I think the building vehicles? Has to have car chargers in the
How
are
you going to handle one building alone with car chargers for every car? Electric heating, electric water to heat the water, everything electric cooking, so you can't cook with gas anymore. You have to cook with electric stovetops. Where's the power coming from?
Yeah.
You have to produce power.
You can't keep the power on now in some areas.
Like, you look at Texas when they had that power outage.
Yeah.
In the winter, they had that winter storm. It was gone for like a month.
Yeah.
And they couldn't restore it. Like, there's so many other factors on
the ripple effect.
Like, you could take an EV vehicle and drive across the country on a single tank of gas. Like, do you realize that every single charging station that is built, if they're going to build an infrastructure of charging stations, are they going to be built with an EV cat dump truck, heavy machinery, forklifts, cranes, everything that you have to build infrastructure with? It's all ran with diesel. It's all run off of fossil fuels. So you're going to push something, push it. Everything that you're building is built with the other side.
Yep. But then,
do we realize that?
But then the other thing too is, how do you get the power? Like, what? Yeah. Where does the power come from?
So we're going to do more nuclear things. We're nuclear.
Yeah, because it's better than coal, right?
Oh, it's better than coal. Nuclear. Hey, look at
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl. Perfect. Great.
Well, you can actually go to Chernobyl now.
I don't want to go to Chernobyl. Nothing with Chernobyl makes me like, oh, I should go to Chernobyl. Let's go get, how much radiation can we get this year? Only that much. Let's go to Chernobyl for a couple days, huh? Let's go look at some just things that have been sitting there for years and years and years and decaying. Get the fuck out of here. No.
The other thing that they talked about, the other thing I saw today too, is with the whole unemployment thing last year, state of Massachusetts overpaid people. Like people that didn't qualify for it, there's $2.7 billion. And then the Department of Labor told people, they sent them a letter and said, hey, you can pay us back over 5 years. So like if we overpaid you $10,000, you can pay us $100 a month for $5,000, $100 a month, whatever it is. They won't charge you interest or anything. And then now there's lawmakers going out there saying that's not fair to those people because they spent the money already.
Of course they spent the money already. We got the rim department. Let's go look at the rims that we just sold. Like, it's very frustrating. And I what's the answers? I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the answers? I don't know.
Maybe that's why people, there's a lot of businesses looking for help now and employees, and they can't find them.
Have you ever seen more help wanted signs on every single business?
I saw the other day at a McDonald's, it was said starting pay $17 an hour.
You know what that makes?
A cheeseburger, $5.
My number 2 cost me $18.50. My number 2.
That's what it is. You're right.
2 cheeseburgers. Meal. That was my go-to.
Yeah, you're right though. That's what it will be. It already is now in DoorDash. If you do DoorDash, it's like $18 for that.
Everything. I mean, inflation is just nuts.
Yeah, it'll continue going up.
Well, until the government says, let's try and control this, and then we'll just massively crash everything, bring it back down to shit.
Yeah, I think that's a good wrap for this.
It's a good one. Let's bring this thing back up, huh?
Got football.
Yeah, we
get some good football
games.
Big
football coming up.
Yeah.
Big football.
We might have a special guest next week, so check out our page for that. We might be announcing that.
Snap.
Yeah. We still have to do our 3-point contest, too. That's one thing we got to do.
No, I think in the offseason we're going to do some more things. Yeah. You know what we should do? Have you skied?
No. We
should go to Stowe.
I'll drink.
You know what I'm saying? We should go to Stowe, ski, and then go to Heady Topper.
Yeah, Heady Topper's good.
Good. It's
real good.
You have a limited amount of beer you can get when you walk in a Heady Topper. So funny story. I go to Stowe. Me and Paige go to ski, and I asked what's a good beer place? They're like, they look at me like, what are you, freaking moron? Go to Heady Topper. I was like, all right. So I walk in. It was like right when they opened. They had 2-case limit. I said, 2-case? Like, what do you mean? Like 2? They're like, no, like 2 4-pack limit, or like 2. It's like 4, 8, 16. I think it's like a tray of them. You can only get 2 trays. And I said 2 trays. Like people come in and they buy. I was just gonna get like 4 beers. Like people buy more than 4. They're like, we're like the best. We're like the best selling IPA in the history of IPAs. People like buy our beer and sell it online and make triple. It's like, oh shit. I'll take 2 cases. I'll take 2. I put them in my truck.
I have 3?
Yeah, I'll take 2. Yeah. So we're gonna try to figure some stuff out. in the offseason, we'll keep it fun. We'll keep it interesting. We should dive into a few other things like the Bruins. Tuca. We got Tuca back, baby.
Yeah, the Celtics.
Ugh.
Tons of talent.
Ugh.
Can't play well together.
Well, firing their head coach was the best.
And maybe we'll have baseball come back soon.
Ooh.
If the lockout's over.
All right.
That could be big.
Well, do the spiel.
Yeah.
You got
We'll
it.
see you guys next week. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TikTok, the whole nine yards. We'll see you guys next week.
Oh, my baby got gas.